How's it going, guys? We are back with another video here, and this video, let's start a debate. Who will be on the cover of NHL 22? Okay, so I'm gonna give maybe my reasons, my predictions, and we're gonna go over, kind of the last few cover athletes and why they were the cover athletes for those games, and we can try to see if we can figure out the cover athlete for NHL 22. Okay, so NHL 22, we're assuming it's going to be the first game on the next-gen console, right? So, that's usually a big deal. So, we're going to see what we got here. So, without further ado, let's look at, of course, the history, right? The history of the cover, okay? So, as you can see, alright, so let's go to where players are still in the league, right? So, I think Joe Thorne was on the cover one year, unless I'm crazy. No, he was not. Alright. So, Ovechkin was on the cover in NHL 07, right? He was on the cover until NHL 21 again. They've had a few repeat players. They really have. So, you had Eric Staal in 07, Phaneuf in 08, Kane in 09. So, 09, alright, the thing about, alright, so Kane was on it in 09. Taves on it in NHL 11. For NHL 10, I should say, for Kane. NHL 11 was Taves. NHL 12 was Stamkos. NHL 13 was Giroux. NHL 14 was Brodeur, right? Okay. So NHL 14 and NHL 21 are similar in terms of the cover athlete, because for me, NHL 14, Brodeur, right? Like, haha, like he's the veteran, right? He's the, the final one, right? He's the one that's been around for, like, most of that gen, right? Like at Xbox 360, that is, of course, right? So they kind of like, put it together, right? And then Ovechkin was NHL 21 because he's been around for a long time, right? So, they're going to actually have Kane on 2 covers as well, because he was supposed to be on the cover of NHL 16 with Taves. Only OGs remember that one. It's actually kind of crazy. So they were going to have 2 people on the cover. That doesn't usually happen too often. So, yeah, they were going to be on the cover. They were both holding the cup together, but they ended up just having Taves due to the reasons we all know. Yeah. So I would say, guys, when I break it down here, so NHL 10, because, it was a new era, the Blackhawks were becoming really good. Obviously, NHL 11, it's kind of crazy they had 2 Blackhawks 2 years in a row, right? But, yeah, they were the new era. NHL 12, Stamkos was really, really good at that time. And, it was an era of, like, the skating was getting better in the game. NHL 13, it got even better. And Giroux, of course, was unbelievable. In 2012, he was an unbelievable player for the Flyers. Yeah, that's why Giroux's on the cover. NHL 14, of course, Brodeur, like I said, the veteran. Then you have Bergeron on the first of the new gen, okay? So, Bergeron makes a lot of sense because, of course, he does everything, right? Bergeron wins a Selke, like, every year, pretty much. That's his thing, Bergeron. Very, very strong, just like all-around player. So that made sense, for the new gen, try to like get people involved into the new hockey game, get in the series. I think Bergeron made a lot of sense. So yeah, that's why Bergeron is. Then you got, of course, Taves in NHL 16 after they won the cup again. So Blackhawks got 2 covers after winning the cup, which is very interesting. But yeah, then you got Vlad Tarasenko. They made deking was really, really good in NHL 17, if I do recall. So like that was like a thing. Like Tarasenko was like a really good, like I wouldn't say he's like a dangler, but he'd make some nice moves and rip it home. NHL 18 really made sense a lot for McDavid because that's when they added all the the old deeks back, like the between the legs, all these different ones, right? Like the Forsberg. I can't believe those weren't in the game. Like, it's crazy that a lot of those deeks weren't in the game until NHL 18. That's actually embarrassing. I'm sorry. Like, the fact that we went NHL 15, 16, and 17 without having deeks, that's kind of crazy if you think about it. But, yeah, it is what it is, I guess. And then NHL 19 had Subban on it. Predators were really, really good at that time. And this was really, this is a game that really, I would say the defensemen really strived in as well because NHL 19... you were able to do a lot of crazy things with like the the deking and the back skating, I should say. That was really the big thing about NHL 19. NHL 20 was the signature shot stuff, so that's why Matthews on the cover. Like, everyone had their signature shot. So Matthews had his unbelievable toe drag shot. Subban had his slap shot, right? A bunch of other players had their signature Sagan, right? So it was very, very cool how they did that. NHL 21, of course, the final game, we assume, on this current gen. Alexander Ovechkin again, the veteran, you know, the GOAT, I would say, goal scorer of all time. And, yeah, I mean, he's outstanding, right? He's outstanding. And that leaves us to NHL 22, which will release, we don't know when, probably October, because, you know, a yearly cycle makes sense. That is just the only thing that would really make sense. And, yeah. So, yeah, I would say Alex Ovechkin, that makes sense for the last game. But let's look at the leading scorers now, okay? So, let's start brainstorming, right? So, what they usually do, if you guys haven't noticed, I mean, very, very rare that they actually, you know, have, like, McDavid, like a Canadian player on a Canadian team. That's rare. I'll say that. Most of the time, it's an American team, you know, at least, right? And a very interesting thing, they actually have not had a, it's not very common they have European players as well. So, like, Tarasenko is kind of rare, right? Like, there's not many very, like, European, like, oh, I guess Ovechkin as well. Maybe I'm kind of dumb. But you know what I mean. Maybe. So, realistically, if you look at these players, right? So, Leon, I doubt they would do. Because, I don't know, like, they already have McDavid on, and Leon's not as appealing as McDavid. Maybe, I don't know. Marchand, of course, everybody hates. Marner, I doubt. It doesn't really make sense to me. Like, another Leaf they wouldn't have. Matthews already on it. Rantanen could be. But I think if they were going to do one, it would be McKinnon over Rantanen, right? Scheifele doesn't make sense. Crosby's always the obvious one, right? Crosby, like, I don't know, like, I don't think he wants to be on the cover, though. I'm pretty sure, like, that's been said, like, he doesn't want to be on the cover. So that's why I don't think Crosby could ever be. Markstone could be a solid one, too. Panarin would be a good one, because obviously on the Rangers, right, he's a really exciting player. Obviously, the Rangers are a big market team, right? After that, it gets really interesting. I mean, there's not many players that I would say that are really deserving after that. Like, it's tough to say. Yeah, I would say, guys, all right, if you ask me right now, June 8th, 2021, Henreek, who do you think will be on the cover of NHL 22? I am going to go with Nathan McKinnon. I really am. I think McKinnon is someone that's been so good for a few years now, and it makes a lot of sense. You know, next gen, Nathan McKinnon, top player in the league. You know, his skating ability, you know, his shot, his passing. I mean, McKinnon is an unbelievable player in pretty much every area of the game. So I think Nathan McKinnon makes a lot of sense. And, of course, you have players like McDavid already on the cover. Matthews already on the cover. You know, Kane was already on the cover. Again, they're not going to do Marchand. I don't think they're going to do Draisaitl. Crosby, like I said, kind of fears it seems like. So, realistically, to me, Nathan McKinnon makes the most sense. But, again, we don't know. It just depends. I don't know. I mean, like I said, McKinnon makes the most sense to me. What do you guys think in the comment section down below, chat? Let me know, of course. And hope you guys did enjoy this video. If you did, leave a like, subscribe, and new to the channel here. Follow me on Twitch, Henreek, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, Henreek with 3 E's. Join the Discord to talk to me, followers, and subscribers of the channel. Remember to use code Henreek for 10% off your G Fuel orders. And I'll see you all in the next video. Thanks for watching. And subscribe if you guys haven't already.